So AMD Zenbleed. This is making its rounds. Y'all have probably already seen this. Y'all have probably already seen whispers of this, maybe? Maybe? Check it out.
AMD Zenbleed chip bug leaks secrets fast and easy. Zen 2 flaw more simple than Spectre. Exploit code already out there. Get patching when you can.
Spectre, Heartbleed. We've seen a plethora of CPU and chip-based leakage, data leakage, in the past 5 years.
AMD has started issuing some patches for its processors affected by a serious silicon-level bug dubbed Zenbleed that can be exploited by rogue users and malware to steal passwords, cryptographic keys, and other secrets from software running on a vulnerable system. Zenbleed affects Ryzen and EPYC Zen 2 chips, and can be abused to swipe information at a rate of at least 30 kilobits per core per second. That's practical enough for someone on a shared server, such as a cloud-hosted box, to spy on other tenants.
Definitely.
Exploiting Zenbleed involves abusing speculative execution, though unlike the related Spectre family of design flaws, the bug is pretty easy to exploit. It is more on a par with Meltdown. Malware already running on a system, or a rogue logged-in user, can exploit Zenbleed without any special privileges and inspect data as it is being processed by applications and the operating system, which can include sensitive secrets, such as passwords. It's understood a malicious web page, running some carefully crafted JavaScript, could quietly exploit Zenbleed on a personal computer to snoop on this information. The vulnerability was highlighted today by Google InfoSec guru Tavis Ormandy, who discovered the data leaking vulnerability while fuzzing hardware for flaws and reported it to AMD in May. Ormandy, who acknowledged some of his colleagues for their help in investigating the security hole, said AMD intends to address the flaw with microcode upgrades, and urged users to please update their vulnerable machines as soon as they are able to. Proof of concept exploit code, produced by Ormandy, is available here, and we've confirmed it works on a Zen 2 EPYC server system when running on the bare metal.
Okay. So you need to have low-level access to the system. Physical access, ideally. Let me hit you guys up with another, like, video. Woo! Woo-wee. Woo-wee. Brother. Oh, which date is this from? The 15th, okay. There you go. Okay, perfect. V0 upper instructions. Okay, so this has to do with registers. On the AMD Ryzen 2 can leak register file state. Here are the homies, the squad. When the squad rolls up, you know you're in trouble. When you see this name, you know it's gonna be heat, bruh. So 0, the upper 128 bits of the YMM registers. The architecture documentation recommend using it to eliminate any performance penalties. Hey, Ravens, caused by false dependencies when transitioning between AVX and SSE modes. Discovered cases where the effects of a spectacularly named V0 upper are incorrectly rolled back following a branch misprediction. So branching in programs is when we go in different directions. Jump and link register, some of you probably know that from back in the day. Technically, it doesn't have to be a conditional branch. Okay, interesting. So it's like jump not equal JNE, like stuff like that. I'm not going to bore you too much with assembly explanations, but basically registers hold bits. And your CPU has a ton of registers, and then you do operations on those registers at a lower level. That's assembly code. So that's all you need to know for now. Threadripper 7 Pro, oh my god, 5700U, 7B12. They believe all Zen 2 processors are affected, including Rome and server class ones. And they got the code up here. Wild. Alright, let's keep it going.
While the exploit runs, it shows off the sensitive data being processed by the box, which can appear in fragments or in whole depending on the code running at the time. If you stuck any emulation layer in between, such as QEMU, then the exploit understandably fails. What's hit? The bug affects all AMD Zen 2 processors including the following series: Ryzen 3000, Ryzen Pro 3000, Ryzen
Don't care, a lot of them.
AMP today issued a security advisory
All
here
Zen2s.
using the identifiers AMP-SB 7008 and CVE 2023-20593 to track the vuln. The chip giant scored the flaw as a medium severity one, describing
Medium.
it as a cross-process information leak. A microcode patch for EPYC 7002 processors is available now. As for the rest of its affected silicon, AMD is targeting December 2023 for updates for desktop systems, for example, Ryzen 3000 and Ryzen 4000 with Radeon. October for high-end desktops, for example, Threadripper 3000. November and December for workstations, for example, Threadripper Pro 3000. And November to December for mobile, laptop-grade Ryzens. Shared systems are the priority, it would seem, which makes sense given the nature of the design
That's
blender.
fair. Yeah.
Ormandy noted at least some microcode updates from AMD are making their way into the Linux kernel.
What's up, Buffy?
OpenBS has some details here. Our advice is to keep an eye out for AMD's Zenbleed microcode updates, and for any security updates for your operating system, and apply them as necessary when available. There's no word yet on whether there will be a performance hit from installing these, but we can imagine it'll mostly depend on your workloads. There is a workaround in the meantime, which Ormandy set out in his write-up of the bug archived copy as his site was being pummeled with traffic earlier. This involves setting a control bit that disables some functionality that prevents exploitation. We imagine this dials back some of the speculative execution required to exploit Zenbleed, and this may cause some kind of performance
They'll
hit.
be both, yeah.
Linux kernel logic allowed spec. How does the bug work? For the full technical details, see the above write-up. But we'll summarize it here. Understanding of how CPU cores work at the machine code level is useful here. As a modern x86 processor family, AMD Zen 2 chips offer vector registers, a bunch of long registers for performing operations. These vector registers are used by applications and operating systems to do all kinds of things, such as doing math operations and processing strings. As such, these registers have all sorts of data flying through them, including passwords and keys. There is an instruction called Zenrooper PDF, page 860, that zeroes some of these vector registers, and it's used in OS and application library routines that are invoked hundreds or thousands of times a second by all processor cores in a box. For example, the strlen function uses Zenrooper, and that's called quite a lot. When AMD's chips execute Zenrooper, they simply mark the affected registers as 0 by setting a special bit, and then allow those registers to be used for other operations. If Zenrooper is speculatively executed, the processor anticipates it will need to run that instruction, it sets this 0 bit and frees the registers in the register file for reuse. This can happen if the Zenrooper instruction lies right after a branch instruction. If the processor thinks the branch is unlikely to be taken, it will start the Zenrooper speculatively. As we saw with Spectre and Meltdown, CPUs do this kind of thing to gain big performance boosts. If the processor core realizes soon after, actually, it shouldn't have speculatively executed the Zenrooper instruction, it tries to rewind that decision and undo the zeroing by clearing the bit that indicates the registers are 0. Unfortunately, by that point, the registers are probably in use by some other code, and are no longer marked as 0, so their contents from the previous operation are now accessible to that other
Makes
code.
sense.
This is why the flaw is being compared to a use-after-free style vulnerability. With threads being scheduled all over the processor core complex, and with some clever exploit code, it is possible to cause Zenrooper to be incorrectly speculatively executed, rewound, and data to leak by observing the content of those vector registers. It relies on the speculative execution of Zenrooper and the fact that registers are stored in a large register file and reassigned to operations as needed. As Ormandy noted, bits and bytes are flowing into these vector registers from all over your system constantly. He continued, modern processors use speculative execution, so sometimes operations have to be rolled back. What should happen if the processor speculatively executed Zenrooper, but then discovers that there was a branch misprediction? Well, we will have to revert that operation and put things back the way they were. Maybe we can just unset that Z bit? If we return to the analogy of malloc and free, you can see that it can't be that simple. That would be like calling free on a pointer, and then changing your mind.
When we're saying speculative execution, it means that it's doing it and it doesn't know if it has to do it yet. And when we're saying branch prediction, it's saying that the computer thinks we're going to be going one way and we actually go another way because of the result of the previous functions. So, yeah, it is kind of like a use after free. I see that. Okay. That'll be like calling free on a pointer and then changing your mind, but that can't work because when you're calling free on a pointer, you're releasing that part of memory. You're releasing, hey, what's up, man? Oh my god. Hey, welcome everybody, welcome. Oh man, this is a good buddy of mine from college. We did some hackathons together and stuff. Good times, good times. Hey, I hope you had a great stream. Hey. What's up? Thank you, Roxcode. Hey, thank you for the follow, guys. My name's Kai. I'm gonna mute this really quick so I can talk to you guys, tell you what's up. Welcome, everybody. My name is Kaiputer. You can call me Kai. I like to do IRL cycling streams. I do have a... thank you. Welcome, everybody. I do have a IRL streaming backpack that we've made together. Using some computers and batteries and the microphones and all sorts of fun stuff and speakers. Bam, we got a little camera here. And we got some hardware here. And the batteries are charging in the server rack right now. What y'all get up to today? What y'all get up to on Rox's stream? Guys, go follow Rox if you haven't. He is always doing something interesting. He just sold a company too, I'm pretty sure. He just sold his first company. Clap for that, that's awesome. Welcome, guys. Okay, yeah, so my name's Kaiputer, aka Kai. I stream almost every single day. I stream cybercrime news. We do a little bit of gaming here and there. I'm also doing some interview prep, so I'm taking that opportunity also to teach some of our friends, our newer friends, about computers. We have our little hacker book club here. Here we go, security interview prep. This is these are some notes I was working on, just cross-site scripting, SQL injections, private key management. We're going to move on to authentication and authorization today, and we're going to talk even more about cryptography. So, I have a Bachelor's of Science in Computing Security with a concentration in malware, reverse engineering, and computer system forensics. I like computers. I know I'm already going to get some questions. Programming languages, Python, Go, I like those a lot. I've used all the other ones. I see them all as tools. You know, I use whatever makes sense at the time. Operating system, I like Arch Linux. Yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions I can. Thank you so much, Rox. Some of you are probably super teched up, so if you want to read, or rather watch one of my quantum computing lectures, these are used in the university that Rox and I actually went to. These are now part of the security systems and authentication, you know, security, modeling, and authentication authorization class. I think it's like a 400 level security class at the university. They now use, I have 7 slide decks like this. That's the first video. I do a little bit of memeing. I do a little more memeing than I would in the classroom because we're on Twitch, obviously. So I break it down really nice. If you want to learn about quantum computing, quantum mechanics, quantum circuits, good place to start right there. And yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions at any time. Welcome, everybody. What'd y'all get up to today, though? I gotta know. What'd y'all get up to today? Here, hold up. I'm gonna check. I like Rox's streams. What'd y'all get up to today? Rox, I was just talking to David. I was just talking to David on the phone. I'm sure you remember him. What do we got? Preparing AI title challenge today. Oh, are you doing like an AI title creator for like... Oh, wait. That's awesome. Wait, that's awesome. Chat, make sure you check him out, please. He's a fun guy. Is this a hackathon? You know, like that meme, like, is this a hackathon?
So I think I'll honestly...
So like an AI, like... Are we doing like an AI title creator or something? Don't use random words. GPT loves weird words, yeah. Titles for the video should match the existing style of the channel, but still be clickable good titles. I love this. This is going to be awesome. Guys, definitely follow Rox. Definitely follow Rox. Wait, was he working from a warehouse? Last time I saw his stream, it was in his apartment. Is he working from, or like, was it an apartment or a hotel room?
Okay.
What's he working on, guys? Rox chatters, what's he working on? Am I right? AI title thing? It looked like it. I couldn't tell, yeah. No! They put my man Rox in the Amazon warehouse. No! He's trying to get his forklift license? Okay. He's been banished to the Amazon warehouse.
Easy.
Incredible. Nah, awesome stuff. Guys, we're talking about Zenbleed right now. This is like it resembles a use after free vulnerability. Amazon got him. This is his pip. Yo. Incredible. This is his pip. Yes, that is a warehouse. Tell me, is there a story behind this, or did he not dive into it? Tell me about the warehouse. What's going on with this warehouse here? That's great. Oh, whoops. That's his name. Okay, so the Zen flaws. And yes, AI. Okay, awesome. That sounds sick, dude. That sounds sick, dude. You came late, you didn't get the details? Damn, okay, who knows? Who knows about the warehouse? We need to know. We must know. Okay. Oof. Oh, man. Should we do a bike ride stream today? Or should we just do interview prep? And then my wife's gonna come home and we're gonna work on puzzles. I'm gonna move the IRL stream into the living room. We're gonna do puzzles. We started one yesterday. Okay, so Zenbleed resembles a use after free flaw. We'll call it a flaw instead of a vulnerability. If there's a short story, I missed it. I just know that people are co-working in a warehouse in raw. Oh, okay, gotcha. That's good enough for me. That makes sense. I saw like some soldering. I think I saw like a soldering iron behind them or something. Man, that seems like a fun warehouse. It seems like a fun warehouse. You got a ton of toys, electronic toys, and tools and stuff. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. All right, so let's see. Resembles a use after free flaw. We'll say the POCs indicate that information can be swiped by abusing this flaw at a rate of 30, I think it was kilobytes. KB, hey, look at that, you won the Battle Royale. Per second. This relies on the speculative execution of zero upper V0 upper. I forgot the V. V0 upper. A function that writes zeros to affected registers by flipping a bit. Oh, we're out of characters. Function that writes zeros to affected registers. So basically, you know, speculative execution and then a branch misprediction could result in people actually accessing this memory, and it could be cross-tenant. It could be cross-tenant. So basically, you could receive CPU instruction information and data. It is a W. Dummy thick W. In Travis Ormandy, when you see Travis's name on a report coming to your company, you should tremble in fear. This man is the fucking GOAT. This man is the fucking GOAT, dude. If you want to see the cybercrime news, if you want to read it, Twitter. If you want to watch it, YouTube. Thank you, Buffy, for highlighting a lot of those highlights that are out there. And Zira, too. Thank you. I'm also on Blue Sky. Same name, just Computer. Look at my hair back in the day, bro. Look at my hair back in the day. Holy shit. I look so much younger. It's because I wasn't working in security full time, you know? And then this aged me. This aged me, chat. So here is the latest skeet from Blue Sky. The weekend. Yo! Happens to all of us, yeah. I like, you know, I used to go to trade shows. I worked in marketing. After I was, like, doing security engineering, I moved into marketing for a second. Didn't really like it. But, I would say, you know, they would end up asking me, they'd be like, wow, you sound like you have a lot of experience. Like, how many years have you been in the industry? And I would tell them, and they're like, wow, how old are you? And then I would be like, well, you know, I'm actually insert age here, but, you know, I got all this white hair from working in security too long. Haha, you know, you got second term presidency. Yo, exactly. Obama after his second term just fucking dead inside, you know?